Hey guys, this is Drew from ZP Reviews, coming with the next video in our ZP Reviews Guide to Amazon playlist, and this will be the 5th video in the series. And in this video we'd like to talk about branding costs and some of your design costs. So first things first, it's going to be quick. The first and second things that are going to be the biggest drivers of sales as well as traffic on your Amazon listing is going to be your photography and your copywriting. I put both of these first and foremost here. Now we have our recommendations that we believe are best for this. I'm going to go ahead and tell you copywriting and why this is important and why we recommend that you just go and get someone to do it for you is that copywriting serves two purposes. One, it's the actual salesman that's going to be there on your listing every day to sell your product. And then two, it's also going to be how your keywords are arranged so that Amazon ranks you for the keywords that are going to make your product successful. There's only one person that we really recommend, and it's Diane Borsler from NLP Hypnocopy, and we have listed her too. Now, for most people, the Hypnocopy Plus is probably the most cost effective. This is $450. She'll give you a listing that is pretty damn good right off the jump. And honestly, for most people's purposes, this is all you'll need. She does have a higher one, and obviously this is a lot higher. Now that cost $4 grand looks crazy, but to people that spend 50 grand, 100 grand on Amazon, this is a drop in the bucket. And the big difference between this 4,000 and the 450 is because she's going to make a bunch of listings and then split test them to find out which one converts the best. So I'm going to go ahead and say that that's no joke. It's definitely something that we overlooked. I wouldn't not overlook it. You know, there's a bunch of places that you can get copy done. You'll see Fiverr is going to be dirt cheap, but we don't recommend cheap. We just don't. This is your investment. You should put good money into it. The other ones that we have here is another company that we recently found called MarketHustl. They do a listing service. It's a little bit less expensive. But we don't have as much background on them, but they do a good job, and they actually do also photography as well, and among other things, so we recommend that. Next is photography. I'm just going to go ahead and say, you're going to spend money on photography. You should choose something that gives you your best shot. What you choose should be, it's going to be based on whether or not you're getting a trademark. If you're not getting a trademark, get the basic photography. The only reason you get the high-level photography is because they're going to give you more pictures as well as potentially a video. The pictures that they choose, it's a whole video in itself. Actually, I have done a video on photography that you probably should watch. It's going to be in the description. But Pixel Perfect is, to us, that's the best photographer that we've used. Not to say that PhotoMissile or MarketHustl isn't good. Actually, PhotoMissile is great. This is an up-and-coming guy that we know. He does our videos, and he actually helped us get very good models for our lifestyle photography. So we really recommend Pixel Perfect and PhotoMissile. MarketHustl is pretty good too, but really recommend Pixel Perfect. The Gold Plan is going to give you all of your best pictures. Like, I mean, when I say best, I really mean it. The people behind Pixel Perfect are actually the same people behind Helium 10. Can't recommend them more. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. So choose this. DIY. This could, you could choose that if you're, say if you're a good photographer or if you have your own, and you could factor that number in yourself. But we listed this, and just like all the other drop downs in our tab, if you choose one, the visit page will update so you can look at each one before you make a decision. The last section here is video creation. This comes into play in two places. The first is if you have a trademark, and then second, if you're this will be during your advertising as well as your launch. What we've found, that you can make landing pages, you can make all sorts of funnels, there's all sorts of beautiful ways that you can move your product through external traffic, but above all else is video. People that are scrolling Instagram and Facebook and you name it, they stop for video, and PhotoMissile Corey, the guy that's behind it, he really does a good job, and he does pricing structure based on the time. We prefer 60 seconds or 90 seconds. This is about the typical that you'll see on Instagram or Facebook. Definitely recommend it. It's huge. It can potentially make or break your launch. We really recommend it. It seems pricey, but like I said, this is why I said before, if you had a choice between creating content for your product versus getting courses, I think you choose this before the course. It's because once you have it, you're going to have it for the life of your product. It's just, I can't, we didn't have it originally, but as soon as we got it, it just changed everything. So we really recommend the video. But if you don't think you need it, say it's a product that doesn't really need explaining, I still don't recommend it. I think this is high value, but you can choose whether you do want this or not. There's not really much on the branding. There are other things that you can pay for to improve your branding, but I don't think they're necessarily important for FBA. So we only listed 3 things here. When you're launching, there is going to be a lot of people that tell you to do copywriting yourself, even people that say photography yourself. I think those are traps. It's like, you know what I mean? It's almost like when I was a kid, everyone said, "Hey, go try out for football. Go try out for football." Now, mind you, it was great. You know, I got in great shape. You know, but you found out maybe you ain't that damn good at football, and you end up with a broken bone or a bruised ego. Well, that can happen to you if you decide to DIY copywriting and photography, because when we're talking the big money that you're expecting to make, I just don't think you risk that. I really think if you're new, this is one of the things you're gonna have to suck up, but I think it's worth it. Is get these. If you get anything else, get these, because it'll save you a lot of heartache in the long run. And furthermore, if you're paying attention and you're following kind of what we've been saying, watch what people do, because if you see what she does. What we ended up doing, we figured out how she does her listing, and then we just started doing it ourselves afterwards, because once we knew the words that she really converts with, we were able to copy and make it our own. And you'll find that your competitors, many of the good ones, often have awesome copywriting. And photos, that's obvious. Like the best photo, especially your main photo, like if it's terrible, you're not gonna have a shot in hell. So we highly recommend that you spend money here. If you're going to spend money on upfront costs, your branding is probably the most important, because this is your intellectual property ultimately. And unlike anything else you pay for, you can keep this and you can build upon it. You can do, you know what I mean? It doesn't seem obvious up front, but very important. Also, it's not listed here, but if you talk to her, she also does copywriting for your sales funnels, so that may help you in the long run too, but we don't have that listed. You may not need that right off the front, so just choose, staying with the spirit of the guide. Choose based on your budget and what's important to you. So once again, this is Drew from ZP Reviews. Make sure you like, comment, and hit the notification bell for more videos, and thanks for your time.